Good afternoon. I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News, coming to you again from our digital desk. And we want to talk about the Westside market. We've been reporting for a few months now that renovations are actually underway. If you've been to the market in the last couple of weeks, couple of months, you have seen construction begin in the produce arcade area. That's going to go in a couple of stages. This is phase one of the multi-million dollar, multi-year renovation of the Westside market. Let's be honest, in my opinion, it's the crown jewel of Cleveland, or at least one of them of Cleveland. We also got very excited. They put out updates and videos every once in a while on their social media pages. And our newsroom got excited when we saw these today, talking about that sort of alleyway between the market and the produce section, and it's currently unused. It used to be sort of the trash area, and this is very exciting. You can even see on the right side of that picture this idea of maybe building sort of like stall restaurants with windows. The garage doors are open. You can either sit at the bar, get some food for that courtyard area. So when we saw these renderings, we got excited ourselves, and we thought we should do a progress check with the executive director of the Cleveland Public Market Corporations. One of the big reasons that these renovations are happening is because it's out of the control really of the city anymore, and it's being controlled by a nonprofit, the Cleveland Public Market Corporation. Welcome in Rosemary Moudry. Rosemary, how are you? Thanks for joining us again.
Good, Dan. Thanks so much for having me.
Hey, we are so excited. This project, this renovation of the Westside Market is something that's been needing to happen for 10, 15, 20 years, and it's finally happening. Talk to us, give us a progress report. Phase one is underway. How's it going, and what should people be looking for?
Yeah, it's been pretty exciting. So this summer we kicked off stage one, as you mentioned earlier, in the produce arcade. That construction in progress is going really well. We're excited. We're going to be able to welcome the public back into that space, and merchants are going to get to move into their new homes from the North Arcade where they are now early in 2026. That'll kind of kick off the next piece of stage one, which is basement renovation. So there's going to be kind of a long period of time where very intense work is going to be happening, but it's going to be all in the basement, so folks won't get to see it. But we're excited that this first piece, we wanted to make sure there was something early on to get people excited. So it's been great that people are getting to see that right now. And then we're going to head into the basement. And then, what you saw today were some of the renderings and me kind of talking through different elements of the project. We're kind of going space by space throughout the building to highlight for folks what they can expect to see. And so what you saw today was some of what's in stage two, and which includes the courtyard, which includes the North Arcade, where those prepared foods will be, and seating. And then some other elements in stage two include the event and programming space and the teaching kitchen.
And you look at this walkway, this alley that currently there's nothing there. I think there's a couple of benches up against the wall there. Why is this area, why does it have people excited? What is it about finally having a dedicated year-round courtyard that will just elevate the West Side market?
So I think when we think about the experience people want, right? Yes, you can go to a grocery store that might be closer to your home, but you come to the market because you feel the energy of the people. You get to talk to small business owners. You get to, buy your groceries, but also grab your crepe or get your bratwurst, and you want to sit down and you want to eat it. And as you said, right now there's a couple benches or the balcony, and we want the market to be a place where people can really gather. That's what's already happening at the market. Families meet up, multi-generations come to the market together, but it's really hard for them to have those kinds of experiences that they want to have. And so, we want to give the community that space to really connect and enjoy, as you referred to it, one of the crown jewels of our region. And so the courtyard and the seating being integrated into the market hall and North Arcade, we really see that as essential to giving that 21st century experience that people want. People crave that connection point. Just one little quick story. Last summer, our board chair was down at the market with his family. We'd put up some tables and chairs in that courtyard just to give people a taste of what would happen. And he was sitting next to a family from France. And, what a great connection point. They struck up a conversation. They talked about markets from France. They talked about visiting the West Side Market. And so I think it's going to be a place where we can really build community and come together as Northeast Ohioans and celebrate our food culture.
And the market right now really doesn't have that feeling of you go there, you get great products, and you feel like, okay, I got to go. There's really no place to hang out.
Yeah.
And when you have something like the West Side Market and you get the best gyro in the city and you get some treats and some desserts, you'd like to have a little place to just sit down. And I think that's what people are looking forward to. Walk us through the timeline. We know that phase one is under construction. Let us know when we think phase one will be completed. We also know that phase one is fully financed and funded. That's huge news. And then when do we launch into phase two and where does that stand?
Great questions. So stage one, the basement is a really big piece of the project. So actually that'll stretch all the way into potentially summer of 2027 when we wrap that up. Ideally, though, we can start some of the elements of stage two as early as late 2026 or early 2027. And so depending on how quickly we fundraise for that second stage of the project, that last 18 million, we'll be able to sort of start doing some pieces of the project at the same time. Obviously, for infrastructure, we can't start some of what's in stage two until stage one. So a lot of the reason the order of operations is happening the way it is to make sure we can actually have the electrical and plumbing and those kinds of services that are going to be required for those spaces to exist. We've got to work on developing them and putting that infrastructure into the building first. We also want to make sure our current merchants have high quality space to do their business so that we retain them and that this project builds on what we've already got. It's not, taking away anything. So it's really about serving existing merchants and then what are the exciting things we can add. So, folks can expect that, some elements of stage two might get underway construction maybe at the end of next year.
Boy, that would be great and exciting. We're speaking with Rosemary Moudry. She's the executive director of the Cleveland Public Market Corporation. Rosemary, we always give the final word to our guests here, whether it's a reminder that the market is obviously still open. And you said before we started, we're about getting into holiday season. So the final word here on the construction, the progress, and the message from the West Side Market.
Yeah, our hope is just that the community, as it has for the last 100 years, will keep supporting the West Side Market as we undergo changes. And really, now more than ever, it's critical to support your local and small businesses. And what better place to find 60 plus all in one spot as the West Side Market. So we hope everyone will join us in celebrating the fall and the holiday seasons. Next Saturday, actually, we've got a pop-up with some merchants and there'll be trick-or-treating and kids can wear their Halloween costumes. So we'd love to see as many folks as possible down at the market for Halloween next Saturday, the 25th.
That's Saturday the 25th. Is there a time?
I think 10 to 4.
10 to 4. May put you on the spot there. Make sure you look it up. We'll have details on that as well. Rosemary, thank you very much for the time. Thanks for the leadership there and the careful handling of the crown jewel, one of the crown jewels of Northeast Ohio. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
All right, take care. That's going to do it. We just wanted to give you sort of that progress report. And when we saw these new renderings come out, we thought what a great time to check in and see how everything is going there for the renovations, multi-million-dollar renovations of the West Side Market. If we have any other breaking news, it'll be here on our digital platforms. Otherwise, look for our 3.5 hours of news and first alert weather. Weather, yes, is going to be an issue this weekend. Our team has issued a first alert weather day for what we're all going to be trying to get through on Sunday. Could be a very, very tricky day. We will also have an update at 2:15 on our weather situation. So until then, I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News. Have a great weekend.